Fast for peace and justice in Iran and around the world. Congress is failing in its job of upholding the Constitution by revoking its own power of the purse, especially in matters of war. The rationalizations we've heard coming from Congress and the media tell us they're hiding something about Trump's unprovoked war on Iran. The U.S. and Israel initiated attacks on Iran on February 28, 2026 without provocation, outside of international law, and in the U.S. without congressional authorization. Over 1,400 Iranian non-combatants have been killed, with 3.2 million people displaced. The number of U.S. service members' dead bodies are in the teens at this point. The war is failing in the polls, and the U.S. and Israel have lost all credibility worldwide. Rationalizations for war we have heard by Congress people assert Iran's attacks on non-combatant Gulf states proves Iran's belligerence and lack of concerns for civilians. That was one myth we've heard. Two more. The second one, the War Powers Act of 1973 authorizes the president to wage war on Iran. That's myth number two. And thirdly, Iran is pursuing development of a nuclear bomb. Those are three myths. Civilian casualties did become a concern the first day of the U.S.-Israeli attacks, but not at the hands of Iran. A U.S. Tomahawk missile struck the Shajara Tayyiba Elementary School building, killing 175 civilians, mostly children. The Gulf states did become likely targets of Iran because they host the U.S. Pentagon bases. In Bahrain, hosts the headquarters of the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet. The Al Dhafra Air Base in the United Arab Emirates hosts the U.S. 380th Air Expeditionary Wing, a 10th Squadron Air Force. Drones such as MQ-9 Reapers serve as combat aircraft in the wars and staging for U.S. advanced warfare training. In Kuwait, the Ali al-Salam Air Base hosts U.S. 386th Air Expeditionary Wing. U.S. also stages MQ-9 Reaper drones from Kuwait. Qatar also hosts the Al-Udeid Air Base, the U.S.'s largest Pentagon installation in West Asia. It includes components of the U.S. Command, CENTCOM, Central Command, CENTCOM, the Command's Air Forces and Special Operations Forces. CENTCOM posted a picture showing missiles being launched from the desert of an undisclosed Gulf nation. The President is not acting in accordance with the War Powers Act of '73. The only way a president is authorized to attack is under these circumstances: to repel an armed attack by a nation, to provide cover for evacuated citizens on the high seas, or authority to introduce the armed forces of the U.S. into hostilities. None of these stipulations have been fulfilled. Finally, the Trump administration arranged the scenario where Iran could be accused of developing a nuclear bomb by withdrawing from the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, which kept an Iranian nuclear weapons ambitions in check. The Iranian government was compliant under the agreement and has pursued peaceful nuclear energy development, which is the right of any nation. If Iran was to develop a nuclear weapon, it would be joining the nuclear club along with U.S., Israel, and another 7 nations that have nuclear bombs. Israel, India, and Pakistan have not signed the Non-Proliferation Treaty, while North Korea did, but then pulled out. China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom, and the U.S. are signatories of that document. Finally, Cleveland Peace Action demands that Congress speak honestly without omissions and fabrications. We call on Congress to take back their war powers authority and end this illegal war on the sovereign nation of Iran. We further call on Congress to implement an arms embargo on Israel, which continues to commit genocide in Gaza and the occupied West Bank, atrocities in Lebanon. Now is the time before the U.S. is dragged into another forever war. It may already be too late. We must act now. Thank you.